Hello and welcome along to Adobe Muse Basics with your host Robert Smith. In this part 3 of creating an interesting scroll effect, we're actually going to apply some scroll to these items on the page. Okay, now let's remind ourselves what we're going to do. We're actually going to, I'll just preview, there's a page I prepared earlier. I'll preview this page in a browser. So as we start to scroll down, you'll notice that the two words like that move apart, and there's more to it, but we'll add that in a minute. Okay, so let's go back to the page we're working on, which is this one here. Okay, now what I want to happen is when people start scrolling, I want this word welcome to scroll to go up the page at twice the speed of the browser. So how do I do that? The first thing I need to think about is that when do I want it to happen? I want it to happen as soon as they start scrolling. So to do that, I'm going to click on here like this, open up my scroll effects, click on motion and set my key position to 0 like this. That's it, right at the top of the page. So what that means is none of this initial motion will kick in, only the final motion. And what I'd like it to do, I'd like it to go up the page at twice the speed of the browser and 0 horizontal. Okay, let's do the same thing with the central line. I'll click on the central line like that, apply my motion to it. Make sure that my key position is 0. That means as soon as the page starts to scroll, this bottom part will start to kick in. This time I want it to go down the page, which is what I want, at 2 like that. And let's go back to this one, make sure that one's going up and this one's going down. Okay, and because we're using 0 for our key position, none of the initial motion will be applied. So let's just preview that in browser like this. Very nice, very nice. But what's happening, you see across the top, that's exactly what we want. So one scrolling one way and the other one scrolling the other way. One thing we have forgotten to do is this here. These items here, they just scroll straight up with the page. Now we could apply motion of 0 to all of those properties and they would stay where they are, but a simple way of doing it is simply clicking on the image, and up here you'll see something called pin. Just click in the middle square like that. It's quite a tiny thing. Same with this line of type. Just click on that and pin that in the middle. And same with this OAM file. I'm going to click that and pin that right at the middle like that. Now when I preview my page in the browser like this, they should stay where they are and the other things will scroll, which is exactly what we want. The two lines are scrolling and those pinned items just stay where they are like that. It doesn't matter how far you scroll. Very nice. Let's add a bit more scrolling. I'd like this line here to go off to the right, so let's have a look how we're going to do that. Now I want that to happen straight away as well, so again I'll click on motion like this and I'll put a 0 key position, in other words right at the top up here, so none of this kicks in, only the final motion. Now this time I don't want to go up at all or down. I want to go horizontally, so that's what these two things are. So I click on this little arrow and type in 2 like that. It'll go to the right at twice the speed. So let's do the same for this other line down here. Click on that. I'll give it a key position of 0, and this time we want this one to go to the left at a speed of 2. And again, because we're at 0, none of this applies, just this final motion. I like the way they've expressed that. That's interesting. So let's preview page in browser, see what we get, and here we are. Notice it takes just a fraction longer to load this OAM file here. Okay, let's have a look at that. That's what we want. Okay, those speeds okay. I think those going to the left and right are taking too long to do that, so let's go in and fix that. I'm going to click on this first line. Instead of having 2, I'm going to make it 3. And the same with this line here. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to make that 3 as well. Okay, let's preview that. Preview in the browser. Let's start to scroll. As you can see, that's better. They go away a lot quicker. And now we've got a blank stage for putting other images, etc. in. So that's a basic introduction to doing a scrolling headline, if you like, that sits there and looks like a normal web page till the user starts to scroll, and then the scroll effects kick in. Now there are a myriad of ways of applying these scroll effects. This is just one way of doing it. In the next video we'll add some more content and we'll scroll those up and down at different speeds. Okay, thanks for watching.